and which was really, really tough. Apparently, I've heard that he hasn't been super hot about her going on the Jersey Shore reunion.
Interesting.
But when the news broke out, he spoke on his Instagram story and he said, "My wife filed for divorce. It's true. She just grew tired of the repetitive pattern that we fell into. But I'm not done fighting. I'm going to win my wife back. I'm going to win her affection back."
You go, Roger.
So much hope.
You go, Roger.
I was so excited when I saw that because I do feel like even though she did file for divorce, like if he really is going to put in the time and attention that she needs, like maybe that's a good step in the right direction and maybe they can reconcile their differences.
Absolutely.
I was just like shook. Like that's like they've been together for a long time and they always seemed like really strong. But it's hard. Like she's back on this show and like they're all obviously drinking. She's away from her family. She's away from her kids. And I know that can put a lot of strain on things. So I don't know. Anyway, so that was just
when they came to the office. Did you guys discuss it at all? Because we were talking about the family reunion. I didn't know because he's in the show, right?
No.
He's not in the show.
No. He's never been in the show. And apparently he wasn't, I know from an inside source that he wasn't super happy about her returning on the show.
And I mean, I can imagine so now.
Yeah.
Like that was a time in their life, what, about 10 years ago? Now she's a mother of 2. She's a wife. So I can imagine he wasn't too happy about her saying, okay, I'm leaving you with the kids for however many months. I'm going to go film a show, get wild and crazy.
Get wild.
And drunk.
Like that's the thing
yeah.
in the show too. It's like they're always drinking, partying, going to strip clubs. Like it's tough.
And didn't he joke on his Instagram, and it was a joke, but like he was like, you know, my wife is having a midlife crisis where she's leaving the family to go party with her friends. Granted, he did say it was a joke. He cleaned it up, but I wonder if there was like, I don't know, midlife crisis, but maybe there was some truth in there.
But what's weird is like it's not like they are separated or they're taking a break. Like to file for divorce is so
and what
such
do
a
you guys think about 6 months? Because granted, I'm not married, so I don't know the dynamic.
Do you think we
of
are?
marriage. No, but I mean, I wonder like the 6 months, is that like the end? Like, should they try again? And granted, I don't know what's been going on, but like I'm happy that he is saying,
I'm gonna fight.
I'm gonna fight for it regardless.
I don't know. It's real sad.
It is sad.
That's all.
Bums.
You're gonna have to stay
Sending
tuned.
love to that family.
Well, there's been another celebrity that I've been thinking about as of late. She's been going through it a tremendous amount. Ariana Grande, for the first time in a few weeks, has finally spoken out about how she's been feeling as of late in a series of tweets. Yesterday, she got on Twitter, and her first tweet, she talks about how she's just asking for one day. She just wants one okay day, and she's like, please, begging for it. And the second tweet, she pulled up an old tweet from earlier this year in which she said everything will be okay, and she quoted it by saying, JK, like J-F-K, that everything will be okay is not happening. And the third tweet, and this is the one that hurt me the most, she feels as though she's undeserving of the love that she's been getting, the love and the support that people have been pouring out to her, which she's absolutely 100% deserving of it. And I'm happy that people have been there to support her. So I hope she gets to a place where she feels as though she deserves it. But she ended the series of tweets in one last one saying, I love you. She loves her fans. She loves the people who's been holding her down. And seeing that, it just broke my heart.
Yeah, I mean, she had a really tough year. She had the Manchester thing happen. Mac Miller recently passed away, which was her ex-boyfriend. Like, at least she is with Pete Davidson. It's really exciting for her. But like, I don't know.
I'm happy she has that support.
A lot to deal with.
And she's super open about her mental health and how she has anxiety and panic attacks. And so I imagine that after all these other things happen, I'm sure that's extremely heightened too. So it probably feels like she's in a constant state of just being anxious about things.
Yeah, I really feel for her. She's such a sweet girl. You know what I found? I was reading, and you know what's going to be really interesting? It's like SNL is back this season, and Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson are really in the news, and I feel like they're a couple that SNL would actually make fun of a lot. But Pete Davidson is a cast member of SNL, so is he going to play himself?
I could see Pete Davidson playing Pete
himself,
Davidson.
absolutely.
I could see Ariana coming onto the show.
And then like doing a satirical like
she's in good spirits because I know she was slated to perform this Saturday, but due to, you know, her emotional state, she backed out of it, so Kanye is going to perform instead. But hopefully, if she is in good spirits, I think I would love to see the two of them do a little spoof. You know, people talk about their engagement and how it came so fast. So for the two of them to make maybe a joke out of it on their own.
It'll be really interesting to watch.
You know what's also sweet about the Pete Davidson thing is SNL actually, the whole cast was at the Emmys that was recent. And Pete Davidson didn't go.
Right,
because he stayed at home with Ariana. So I feel like he is like such like, I mean, and that's a big moment for him too. So like, what an amazing partner to be there with her, to like while she's going through.
I gotta find my Pete Davidson. Apparently,
he's out there. Don't even worry about it.
Oh man.
All right, so I'm gonna transition a bit into some harder news.
Okay, wow.
Take us there.
What a morning this is.
It gets even worse than that, right?
This is a sad show.
We're a bit in our feelings this morning, but I was happy to hear that Bill Cosby was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in state prison for sexual assault. He was convicted in April for drugging and sexually assaulting the Temple University athletics administrator, Andrea Costan, and the judge said, you are guilty. His defense wanted him to have house arrest just for the simple fact that he's 81 years old, almost barely blind, can barely take care of himself. But look, it was 14 years ago when he was still out here drugging and assaulting women, so he was 67, old.
You never know who he's drugging, his nurse or something in the hospital.
So listen,
Oh my God.
if he can still be out here doing it, he can serve his time in jail. So he will serve the 3 to 10 years.
Good.
And we'll see if people are speculating whether or not he'll serve the full term of the 10 years, whether he'll be released after
Probably
3.
not,
So we'll find out about it. But the judge also ruled that Cosby is now a sexually violent predator, meaning he must undergo lifetime counseling, report to authorities quarterly, and his name will appear on a sex offender registry list.
I mean,
As if people didn't already know that he
Yeah,
was
but now
on that
it's
list.
out.
Like, if I saw Bill Cosby walk down the street, I would literally turn the other way. Like, I don't
Have
think
to.
he needs to be on a list
Yeah,
for us to know.
we know.
But, they are going to alert people in the neighborhoods, people, other victims of sexual
The
assault,
nursing
like,
homes.
this is who is in the
Oh my
area,
God.
this is who you're dealing with. And a few celebrities and notable figures, they took to Twitter to give their opinions.
Okay.
Media personality Quinta Brunson, she said, as a former fan of Cosby's shows and comedies, she feels as though he deserves every ounce of jail time sentenced to him. # don't drug girls maybe. # don't rape perhaps.
I love Quinta from BuzzFeed. She
absolutely
used to be on
love
BuzzFeed.
Quinta.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, just
said-
don't
she said
drug,
what
don't
she
rape. It's really
It's
simple.
it's pretty simple. Zerlina Maxwell, she's a political analyst and Sirius XM show host. She said only 3% of rapers ever go to jail. So this is a rare moment,
Right.
but one that is improving her mood. And actress, activist, and writer Amber Tamblyn, she said while Cosby was only sentenced to 3 to 10 years, his victims will have to deal with their trauma for their whole lives. So a lot of people are hoping to see that Cosby actually does fulfill those 10 years.
Because he's
under
done
the jail,
so many
the whole-
more
yeah,
offenses.
so many
This is
more.
the only one they actually were able to
Exactly,
get him for.
exactly. There were a slew of women who came forward and said that they were victimized by Cosby as well. So
That's right.
I like how Amber signed it super fair, I guess, because it is just
Right.
so crazy that everything that was against him, and then that's what only the one.
And this is the first celebrity trial that has come since the Me Too movement. So I'm sure we'll be seeing some ton others. I think this was kind of a joyous occasion for those. Okay, he's in the jail, put him under. And it's funny, I read a report. It wasn't a 100% reputable source, but I just kind of found it funny that he was actually hit by a stale hot dog bun and fell down some stairs while in jail. I'm not going to lie, I laughed a little bit.
Why did this report?
Somebody reported to the Jasmine brand. There's an inside source who then, and it's the Jasmine brand again. Like, they are a media outlet, but not the most reputable source.
But just inside bars,
just
like,
the image,
no.
just the image of Cosby getting hit by a stale hot dog bun, like, that is hilarious.
That gives
I'm
me
sorry.
life. honestly.
It really did. So he's in there. He'll be staying in there. And I guess we'll see what happens with some of these other figures.
So this was good news,
Yeah.
Good news, good news. It's just the topic in itself.
The
but,
hot dog bun, even better.
Okay.
You know what? I want to transition one more time. I'm bringing it funny. And I want to hear you guys' opinion on this because I had some thoughts. All right. Will Smith's birthday was this week. He turned 50 years old. Of course, we all love Will Smith. We're going to give him all the love, all the praise. And there was one
So
actress.
cute. Look at him.
He's adorable. He's adorable. And there was one actress in particular who, like many others, wanted to wish Will Smith a happy birthday. Her name is Gisele Bundchen. She's also known as Fancy from the Jamie Foxx show. Huge show, very great character. And she took to Twitter. Now, the post has since been deleted, but the Shade Room was able to capture it before it was taken down. She said, a birthday kiss for the birthday boy. # Will Smith, happy 50th. And with a picture. Okay, do you see this picture?
so
It is from their
crazy.
1999 film, Wild Wild West, in which
Okay,
they
but,
exchanged, had like a little intimate, lusty kind of kiss going on. And I saw that and I was like, I wish she would. I wish, like, if that were me and I'm married and somebody else is giving my husband a happy birthday shout out, I wish she would post a picture of them making out from back in the day. Now, granted, they are
You
actors.
wish? Are you serious?
No, like, I wish she would.
Why?
Not like,
Oh, yeah, I wish you would, yeah.
I wish she
No, I
would.
know, yeah, it's
With the
early. It's
shade,
early. I'm gonna-
with the shade all underneath
gonna
it.
listen
Now
to
again, they are actresses. That is a film that they made in 1999. So
long
I
time
understand that. But out of all the pictures you could have picked,
No,
you picked not
I'm sorry.
one.
That's weird. And she's trying to be like relevant and a part of this conversation and be like, I'm back in the mix. Will Smith, what's up? She is just stirring drama for the sake of it. I don't understand
Now,
that.
see, at first she tried to play it cool, and some fans suggested that she delete the post before she feels the wrath of Jada. And Sis said, bring it. LOL.
But also, like,
So you want smoke. So you want the heat. Got it.
it's so weird. It's like, why?
Why? Okay, I didn't
weird.
understand. But then she played all passive. All I want is the peace and harmony game with this tweet. You know, live more, complain less, more stuff. Like, girl, bye. Okay, I read them and I said, girl, bye. You feeling the heat now?
These things make me laugh because it's like, wait, but you put yourself in a stressful situation and then you're like, less stress. It's like, but you did that. And then that you post about it, it's like you created a world for yourself.
Exactly. Well, after all of this back and forth, I'm sure she finally felt the heat because she deleted the post and she apologized for saying it was supposed to be funny. She didn't mean to offend anyone and she made a mistake. Have a beautiful
I'm all about
blessed
lifting
day.
people and being positive.
Okay, are you, sis? Posting this kiss from 1999, like, it didn't win no awards. There was no iconic kiss or anything like that. Like, okay. Crystal, our producer, said the movie is trash, so you was really just trying to stir up some jokes.
That's just, all in all, that's just a weird situation.
I have no comment.
It's like, why?
And Vivica A. Fox, either she didn't catch the memo or she tried to hop in on the joke because she posted this happy birthday to her Instagram as well, and she hashtagged best kiss ever. So I'm just like,
Will Smith is a good kisser, apparently.
apparently he is, but listen, Jada was unbothered. They were at the Grand Canyon watching Will Smith bungee jump, okay? So, and Jada didn't say
Jada
anything
will take
about
a real
it.
life picture, like, she's like, this is happening right
Listen,
now, not 10
real
years
time.
ago in my photo.
Real time. We're at the Grand Canyon. How y'all doing? So
It's just
obviously
weird
she
though,
was
just out of
unbothered.
respect. It's like, I get if he was like a bachelor and you're like, oh yeah, we kissed once, but it's like out of respect for Jada, and also they're such an iconic couple. Why?
Yeah, why?
Why?
Because they're thirsty for attention.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That's hilarious.
That's all. I just wanted to hear your opinion because I was just like, absolutely not. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be my husband. But
honestly, happy birthday, Will. Oh, there's another person you want to wish happy birthday to.
Hillary Duff, I love you. Lizzie McGuire was so iconic. Love Younger. At me.
All right. At me. No. Okay, guys, I think it's time to get lit. Speaking of iconic TV shows, it's time to get lit now because we're talking about the new show, Single Parents. We actually sat down with the star of the show this week, Leighton Meester. It's a new comedy show on ABC all about single parents and navigating their life. What's really cool about this show is that it's showrun, executive produced, and directed by women. Mm-hmm. So check out what Leighton had to say about it.
Moment is really wonderful, and it's kind of a no-brainer to sign on to a project that has so many people that I admire just off the bat, but also the fact that it's, you know, J.J. Philbin and Liz Merriweather, Erin O'Malley, people who are women showrunners, women producers, writers. The writers' room is filled with women, a lot of single moms who can really bring a lot to it and who are just like funny, awesome people. So I think that was a big reason why, you know, really talking to them and kind of getting the sense that, you know, they could give so much to the show with their experience, but also, I don't know, women. It's like you want to be around women, you know. It's a nice feeling. It's definitely a great.
So like I mentioned, it airs every Wednesday at 9:30 on ABC. It's really funny. So Leighton Meester's a star alongside Taran Killam, who I also think is hilarious. And we had the best time with Leighton. She was amazing. Wasn't she? So funny, so lovely.
Like, I stand her. Like,
Claire Waldorf,
I
iconic.
freaking iconic. Took a gram that I'll gonna frame somewhere someday.
It was amazing. It was so fun.
But it was awesome because I'm actually really glad that she's back on television.
I am
Like
too.
she was Blair Waldorf for so long, and like now
never
she's
want to be typecasted. So I'm
exactly.
happy to
And
see
it's
her
also a
grow.
comedy, so it's interesting to see what she's going to do.
And
here.
it's really cool because, again, you guys can check out the full interview on The Mention. But she talks about, she has a 3-year-old daughter named Arlo that she has with Adam Brody. And she talked about how she got a lot of inspiration from her character. She plays Angie, a single mom, even though she's not a single mom now. But she talks about motherhood and how she sort of related it to her own daughter. And it's just really cool that we're kind of growing up with Leighton Meester.
That's so
that is really cute. That's a good
definitely
way to
are.
look at it. I love
Yeah,
it.
isn't that sweet?
Great TV show. An even better one, House of Cards, is back, baby,
Oh.
for its final season, and I can't wait because goodbye, Frank Underwood. Hello, Claire Underwood, a.k.a. Robin Wright, is playing this character as the Presidente.
Robin Wright looks good.
We already know that the series is killing off Kevin Spacey's character due to all of the sexual abuse allegations made against him. They were like, goodbye, honey. So, which is great because finally Claire Underwood gets to have the stage, and then we get a first look at her grieving process. Take a look at the trailer here.
My first 100 days as president have been difficult. I lost my husband. We were about to celebrate 30 years together.
Your husband and I had an agreement.
Francis is dead.
Promises were made.
Not by me. Here's the thing. Whatever Francis told you the last 5 years, don't believe a word of it.
The reign of the middle-aged white man is over. You thought you got away with it all, Claire. But
that remains to be seen.
The bodies are adding up.
This is my house, and I want you out.
All I want you to do is behave as promised.
Did you think you'd seen the last of me?
I'm not going to be told what to do anymore.
You sound like a gangster. Madam President.
The world is either with us or against us.
The president scares me.
We've got to get this woman out of there.
It's going to be different for you and me.
My favorite line from the teaser was, "The reign of the middle-aged white man is over." Oh my God!
Hashtag
Especially
all
after
over.
yesterday, I
Come
feel like
on.
that really
Yes.
that was a good
Yeah.
Netflix planned that well.
sure did. They put that
definitely
drop
did on
on
purpose,
purpose.
too, right? Which is great too. Is that Diane Lane and Greg Keener are joining the final season. So bye, Kevin Spacey. I didn't even remember you anymore.
And who's that?
I'm excited. It's
The
gonna be
one scene where
epic.
she's crying and looks to camera.
I know.
That
I
shook
was
me to my
shocked.
core.
Okay. And she looks unreal. It's back November 2nd, and I'll be tuning in. How about you?
Crazy.
You give that drop.
Okay, so obviously there's a lot of things that we need to watch, but there's also some things that you need to read this week, including the new People interview with Gisele Bundchen. I'm sure you guys have seen it all over the news. She's really opening up about her life, her struggles with motherhood, her struggles with mental health, her family. It gets really, really intense. So she's talking about her new book, Lessons in My Path to Meaningful Life. And there's a couple of things I want to ask you guys about and as we go through the interview, but so just to give some background on Gisele, she's married to Tom Brady, and they married in 2009, and she has 2 children who are 8 and 5 and 1 stepchild with her husband. And she was talking about, or 1 stepchild, yeah, with Tom. And so she was talking about how as she became a mom, it was something that she's always wanted to do, but she said that when I became a mom, I kind of lost myself. It was like a part of me died. I'd been this very independent person. It was all about me, but now I had this little being, and I suddenly felt like I couldn't do other things.
Yeah.
And that was very hard for
I'll
me.
bet that's what happens
Understandable.
when you have a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she said all I ever wanted to be was a mom, but when you're actually experiencing that, it's a shock,
Wow.
which is
That's
really
deep.
wild.
That's deep. Because I feel as though she spent her whole life, it's just her. But now you have this person who you are the soul. I mean, granted, she had Tom as well, but like that is her responsibility. It's no more about her. And you could still be a mother and still have your own life, 100%, but you just have to make sure that your child is taken care of. So that lifestyle switch, I can imagine that's hard.
They're also in a place of privilege where they have the resources to have child care, et cetera, where a lot of single parents or parents can't in general. So
can't.
let's just privilege check her for 1 second.
Yeah. But you know what I also will say is that I do feel like so many public figures are coming forward about their struggles with motherhood, which is nice because Gisele is arguably, on the outside, one of the most perfect people that you could ever see, right? I mean, like married to like...
Perfect looking.
Perfect looking.
I mean, I'm not
she
no
does-
shade to Gisele, but what's perfect? No one's perfect.
Well, just like, I'm just saying, like, on the outside, it's like the way...
Cookie cutter kind of.
Exactly. Yeah, she has, So I just feel like it's... I feel like, honestly, it was really, like, an important thing for her to come forward and talk about these struggles. And so another interesting thing she talked about is she actually breastfed both of her children, and she said that they preferred the left boob over the right, which is funny that she gets so much shit, but she said it left her feeling like a little like uneven on her chest. So so after that she breastfed both her kids, she got a boob job, and she went under the knife in 2015. And she said that she had gotten so much backlash from the media, basically being like, you know, Gisele, like, she's known for her body, she's known for her looks. And she said, I was always praised for my body, and I felt like people had expectations for me that I couldn't deliver. But then she immediately regretted doing the plastic surgery and said afterwards that she was living in a body she didn't recognize. So interesting, we're kind of seeing
Tough.
I mean, it's not hers.
what she's going through. Then she also opened up about her struggles with anxiety, citing that she got to a point that she felt like everything had become a cage that she was trapped inside, and she was panting for air. She couldn't see a way out, and she couldn't stand living another day. And that's when she gets into she said that suicide actually crossed her mind, that it was easier if she could just jump, which was crazy. And she said she was 23 at the time. And in this interview, it's so like gut-wrenching because she said she wished she could look back on that person now and just be like, it's okay, like everything's gonna be okay. But from that time, she said she's living in a happy place now, but from that time she consulted a lot of doctors, you know, she did therapy, she cut out cigarettes and caffeine and alcohol.
That's good.
So I think that's like,
But I think
tangible steps.
But I think doing this interview, you know, she said she wishes that she could tell that 23-year-old self it's going to be okay. Doing this interview is her way of telling that younger self and other people out there that it is going to be okay. So I'm definitely happy that she was open about all of this.
I actually think someone like Gisele, who's had such a successful career.
I was gonna say that. Like, I think you make a good point because it's true. From the outside, you see she has a beautiful family. She has a really successful husband. She's really successful. She's beautiful. She, and so you're like,
Seems as though she has it all.
What could you be complaining about? How
Right.
could you be upset? So it's good to know that we're all human. We all go through shit.
And you know what I also think is interesting is I feel like more and more people have been open with their anxiety and their struggles with mental health. But on Instagram and what she practices is she's like very big into yoga and peace and being one with the earth that like even someone who's so in tune with those things can still experience these.
But I wonder if that yoga
Yes,
kind of helped her.
started. I feel like
I wonder
probably
if that's something
started.
that she leaned into.
Yeah.
That she can find that peace within
She
herself.
said she was feeling those thoughts when she was 23. That's a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
interesting.
yoga.
It's
Let
good.
me check that out.
All right, so another cover that we had to talk about is Zoe Kravitz is on this or next month Harper's Bazaar. She looks
fabulous.
incredible.
So once she came to our offices and I gave her a bottle of water, and it was like a really pivotal moment.
It really
so-
changed
Say thank
Serena's
you.
career.
Beautiful.
Okay.
She's just like genuinely gorgeous.
So what's special about this cover is all the photos are completely unretouched, and she's also wearing very minimal makeup
I
and
was
very
going
little
to say,
hairstyling.
she looks very natural in that photo.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And it was actually shot,
Yeah.
right? I
She
know.
has to.
And it was shot by female photographers, which is another cool component. And the interview component of this article, she's interviewed by Reese Witherspoon. And they're just such a cute pairing.
Big
so
Little
Reese
Lies.
From
Love
Big Little
that.
Lies, yeah, her
Love that.
co-star in Big Little Lies. So, you can tell they already have like a relationship, obviously, from being on the show. But one of the first questions Reese asked her was about how she was going into a shoot pretty much really natural, and then Reese asked if she had any anxiety about it, and she said, "I was a little scared when they told me. What scared me most was that I was scared about it. It made me sad." But it's a really great interview, and Zoe goes on to talk about racial stereotyping in Hollywood and how she's not afraid to call it out. And she was saying that I, as a black woman with braids and tattoos, shouldn't only be able to play a hippie. I should also be able to play a lawyer or doctor or comedian, gay, straight, all things.
That's
Say
so
that.
true because
Say
in
that.
Big Little Lies she does play like
She
the
does.
Does she?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she does.
She is
That
typecast.
typecast. Okay.
But I'm
Yeah.
excited for this season.
I cannot wait. They didn't give us any spoilers, but the interview is really good, so you guys need to read the full thing, and we'll put it in the comments below.
Dope.
And so another girl group that I want to praise and something else for you to look forward to watching, Shonda Rhimes, Gabrielle Union, and Jada Pinkett Smith are signing on to produce a new Broadway play called American Son. And it looks like an old union is teaming up because Shonda will be working with the fabulous Kerry Washington as she is one of the lead roles.
Oh, sign me up.
Okay, now the play tackles race, law enforcement, and social justice issues. It focuses on estranged parents who are kind of forced to come together to figure out what happened to their son after he was detained by police officers. And in an interview with Hollywood Reporter, Kerry Washington said, Christopher Demos Brown has written a play that dives deep into the big questions of who we are as a nation by exploring the intimate relationships within a family caught at the crossroads of love, loss, identity, and community. I'm tuning in.
Anything
I
that
think
Shonda does is like
anything
always
that
gold.
Shonda
So
does, but
I'm-
all of those hands like Kerry, Gabby,
Yeah.
Jada, Shonda, like all.
It also
Sign
just
me up.
shows you how there's been a shift in Hollywood in that like it's not about being an actress and just waiting for a part and getting cast in a part. Like now
Make the
you're
part.
seeing all these women make their own stories, like come together and group together and be like, let's produce this. Like let's this is an incredible story. Let's tell it ourselves. Like I think that is something that is very recent. That's
It's
fantastic.
like the story
Yeah,
doesn't
I
have
love
to
that.
pitch
That's a great way
to
to
the
put it.
actors.
Right,
The actors
exactly,
think,
like-
this is what I want to do.
Exactly.
They're bringing it to the forefront,
Yeah,
which is
that's
going to
great.
make for so many more diverse stories being told.
Absolutely. Very
I'm tuning
exciting
in.
stuff.
All right. I'm about to get into the drop, okay? Something else I got to tune into. Lil Wayne has released the Carter 5 at midnight. He was supposed to drop it yesterday on his 36th birthday, but it was dropped at midnight this morning. So I listened to a little bit, then I fell asleep, then I woke back up and listened to it again.
Yeah,
the album though.
Okay, but see, it's
Yeah,
20,
what are your thoughts?
It's 23 songs long, and I'm not gonna lie. In this
He
band,
cut nothing out.
So many songs.
23 songs. Okay, it's been.
Is he Drake?
No, listen. It's been about 5 years. The Carter 5 was supposed to come out back in like 2014.
Why can't he just pick a different album name? Like 5?
No, the Carter. Listen, the Carter is iconic. Okay,
I know.
and you know.
Don't play.
But no, he's just, listen, it's not one of those sorry for the wait, no ceilings mixtapes. Like the Carter is just a long-standing in Lil Wayne's career, but he has some dope features. He had Kendrick Lamar on there on one of my favorite songs, Mona Lisa, so check that out. Nicki Minaj is singing, Travis Scott. He brought back Ashanti and Olivia.
Hello.
Like, listen, he had his... brought them back out. He had his daughter Regine giving a little spoken word on it. He had his mom on the album as well.
I saw they had X-Nation on the album too. I guess
he
they
did.
recorded a long
yes,
time
he did.
ago.
They recorded it obviously before his death. So he
Except
had
Passion.
a lot of people on this album.
Yeah.
But now It was heartwarming for a lot of people because, like I said, it's been about 4 or 5 years since people have been waiting for this album to come out. He was having a lot of issues with Birdman, his label mate on Cash Money, Young Money Records. But now Wayne is free.
Yeah, what was happening with Birdman? Give us the drama on
Birdman
that.
doesn't pay his people, okay? Tyga's still trying to sue Birdman. Like, there are plenty of artists out there who are suing Birdman for not running him their coins and securing the bag. But they settled in an undisputed amount, so we don't know how much they settled for, but they did settle everything. But now Lil Wayne is the sole owner of Young Money, which is a subsidiary of Cash Money. So Birdman has Cash Money, Lil Wayne has Young Money. He's free to produce the music, put out whatever he wants, put it on Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify. It's all up to him.
Remember Bedrock? I can make it.
You remember Bedrock? Come on, that was the jam. That was the jam. But listen, there are some artists who still haven't got paid for Bedrock. How long ago did that come out?
That was a long time.
A very long time.
We were in high school, so.
So yeah, Birdman's gonna have to get it together, but Wayne is free. So.
All right. So what are your thoughts on the album personally?
So far, I didn't get to finish the whole thing. Again, 23 songs. I just don't have time for it.
I don't think she fell asleep. So.
But you know, I like that he has a mix of songs that are like 5 minutes long. The song with Kendrick Lamar, Mona Lisa. Like you think the song is over, the next thing you know, Kendrick Lamar hops on top of it. You have some songs that are like. But it was a nice surprise. I love Kendrick Lamar. You know, he has some songs on Travis Scott. Like, and you see, since it's been 4 or 5 years, you hear like some of that old, authentic Wayne, but then you also kind of hear him trying to form into like this new era, like with this Travis Scott. Like he's trying to remain fresh and
bringing
new.
some fresh meat. Speaking of Travis Scott, he just Astroworld just went platinum.
Did it go platinum? See, so look at that.
All right, can we move on to a song that I'm really feeling?
Oh, let's talk about it.
It's called Taki 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 Taki. I'm not singing, I swear. DJ Snake released a new song today called Taki Taki. It's with Cardi B, Selena Gomez, and Ozuna, and I'm hype about it because it is bilingual, bicultural, and bisexual. It's not bisexual, it's sexy. But I'm really excited about it because it has a lot of Latin flavor, and best part is we hear Selena Gomez singing in Spanish, which is very, very rare. What did you guys think of the song?
I'm going to tell you. So, Serena, I came into the office. Serena said, listen to Taki Taki. I said, okay, cool, let me listen to it. I'm listening to it, and it's cool. I'm vibing. My hips are moving. I'm like, in my head, I was in the club. I was working. It was great. But then we get to Selena's part. I literally had chills. First of all, she sounds so sexy.
Yeah, she sounds
so good. And it's not, and at first part, she was just singing in English, but then she starts singing in Spanish. I said, hold up, sis.
Yeah.
Give it to me. She sounds so good. Oh my God, I was so hyped. Like, honestly, if you told me that on a song that had Selena and Cardi, that Selena would be my favorite, I would be like, you're kidding me.
Right.
Selena absolutely stole the show on this song.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so that was my. So Serena's actually really upset with me because I told her this morning I wasn't quite feeling it when I first heard it, but I needed to give you some backstory. Serena literally texts us at the crack of dawn and is like, and just says Taki Taki. So I was like, okay. So I wake up, I put it on, and then it's just like in my face, and I was like trying to get coffee, and I was like, what is someone's yelling at me?
It's not a breakfast song.
It's not, and I quickly realized that.
In the morning song.
So my first initial thoughts, I was like, whoa. And then my second thoughts were, I felt like Selena and Cardi were the two best parts of the song, and especially I love Selena, but their parts were just at the end. Like, I wanted them to be more in the song, like more in the beginning. I wanted them through the whole thing because their parts are so fire that I just felt like the beginning part, it was just like a lot of like and then you have like Selena and Cardi. I felt like it was almost like too, I didn't think they like were flowing as much.
The transition.
But I loved their parts, but I just feel like I wish they were either in more of it or
Selena has no rap for it.
Anyways, I do like the song, but those are my thoughts on it.
Catch me at your next party on the weekend. That song is fire.
Yeah. No, but it's honestly, what I love about it too is it's showing that these bilingual songs are, like, people are really loving them.
Yeah,
loving them.
that is an amazing.
That I think is, like, for me, I feel a lot of pride when I hear
even
these
to the
songs.
point when we were listening to it, Emily said, okay, so what are they saying? It's forcing people to look up the lyrics, to learn a little bit about Spanish, find out what's being
Serena
said,
translating
sing the
for us.
songs. Yeah,
I'll translate for you, no problem. But yeah, no, it's, for me, I feel a lot of pride when I see these songs in the mainstream, you know?
And like you mentioned, like the first time Selena speaks in Spanish, like that's
a big deal.
That's a big deal. It's cool.
Let's hope that she remembers the lyrics because Justin Bieber didn't for Despacito. So
yeah, forgot about that.
Memorize your verse.
But speaking of Cardi, she's back and she's also in Paris Fashion Week and she looks good. So she's performing at Paris Fashion Week for this French lingerie brand Atem's runway show in a lavender suit with massive purple feathers equipped with purple hair. She looks so bomb. But I also think that this is a kind of a good move for Cardi because, again, we all know about what happened with Nicki and Cardi at a giant fashion event for Harper's Bazaar. But Cardi's stepping back into the fashion world being like, I'm back, I'm owning this, and I love it.
She said, for everybody out there who said, I'm stopping my bag by getting into this fight with Nicki, she was out here performing Bodak Yellow for Fashion Week. She's out here hitting these runways. Her bag is secured. This is good.
So do you feel like Nicki's going to like beef with her again, or do you feel like that's done for a sec?
I feel like Nicki knows this is the battle that she's going to lose.
I don't know.
She tried, Cardi did start the fight, but she tried to kind of embarrass Cardi throughout it. And look, you don't see Nicki at these shows and doing these performances. Cardi may perform at the Super Bowl.
But
like,
Nicki
Cardi
is
still
with,
bad.
como se llama? What's his name? He's with someone, Hamilton, Lewis Hamilton. Do you know who that is?
No.
I think he's a famous race car driver. Lewis Hamilton, they've been seen together, and he's fine, by the way.
fine? Oh,
yeah,
good.
they've been seen together, like vacationing and stuff. So
Oh,
I think
congrats.
she's fine. I don't think she's.
Congrats.
I think she's doing okay.
Okay.
And speaking of the Icons Party, Naomi Campbell was on Watch What Happens Live with
Iconic.
Nathan Cohen, and he was just like, so what do you think about what happened? And she was like, well, first of all, it wasn't an Icons Party because I didn't see any icons there.
Okay. Basically, I wasn't there, therefore.
And then Andy Cohen asked her, what do you think about Kendall Jenner being the highest paid model but only handpicking the shows that she walks in? She was just like, no comment.
No, crazy.
Naomi Campbell,
I love
her.
Naomi. I love Naomi. She is the shade queen, but I feel like all of her shade is deserved. Like she knows she's top dog HBIC.
Yeah.
So she can say whatever she wants and it's valid.
All right, speaking of another queen, it is time for our star of the week, and we got to give it to Jennifer Lopez.
Do it.
In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month and Girl Bosses Everywhere, I wanted to give this one to JLo because she posted this fire Instagram. This
Dang!
which she's showing off her muscles as she comes down to the end of her Las Vegas residency show. And she wrote, feeling like superwomen after the show tonight. When I started this run, I thought, OMG, 15 shows in 27 days. That is a lot. It isn't a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Is
Absolutely.
That's like such an insane workout.
But I made my promise to myself to, instead of letting it wear me down, I would be even stronger in the end of it, and I would work out and be in the best shape of my life. And I'm like, yo, let me get on that
I'm about to
JLo
say,
workout plan.
I'm looking at my muscles.
But I really love this picture, and because it shows that you can be strong and sexy.
I was gonna say that. I feel like that's again like shifting the conversation where like this is like an amazing way for your body to look, right?
And I think a lot of times when we see muscles on women, we're focused on like the abs, on the thighs. She is showing her arms, her back muscles. Like, this looks good. I'm looking at myself like, what?
She's been having such a good year. She has 3 shows left in Vegas. Her new movie, Second Act, is actually coming out this holiday season. And I'm waiting for her and A-Rod to get engaged.
Do you think they're going to get married?
Oh, for sure.
I wonder if they're both. I wonder if they're over the whole marriage aspect.
Do you know who JLo is? She
and
gets
just
so
like
upset.
they've both had like so many relationships and marriages. I wonder if they just want to just be together and not have like the government and the legality of a marriage behind it.
JLo gets so obsessed with the people that she ends up with.
That's what I'm saying. But see how it's worked out for her.
I don't think she's learned her lesson. I think she is head over heels, and I think
She is
I
head
think
over
he
heels.
is too.
2020.
honestly.
I bet you 2020 we'll see that wedding.
that wedding.
And I will be
Yeah.
there. All right.
I know.
And on that note, have a great weekend, guys.
Thanks so much for tuning in.
See you guys next Friday.